Hello, and welcome to my very own personal Protection Paladin guide. My name is Valcristo. This video is up to date as of patch 3.3, and information in the future may be out of date or even false. I'll be going over everything you need to know about Protection Paladin talents, gearing choices, gemming, and basic spells and rotations. First off, the spells you'll be using are Judgment of Wisdom, of Light, and of Justice. Each of these spells have an initial effect that unleashes the seal's energy on top of a debuff they leave on the target for 20 seconds. Of Wisdom leaves the debuff, which gives each hit a chance to restore 2% of the attacker's base mana. Of Light leaves the debuff, which gives each hit a chance to restore 2% of the attacker's total health. Of Justice leaves a debuff, which prevents the target from fleeing, as well as reducing their movement speed. Depending on how you respect, your judgments are on a 10, 9, or 8 second cooldown. Next, Shield of Righteousness is an instacast spell, which slams the target with your shield, causing holy damage based on your block value, plus an additional 520. This spell is on a 6 second cooldown. Holy Shield is an instacast spell which increases your block value by 30% for 10 seconds, and deals 274 holy damage for each attack blocked while active. Each block expends a charge for a total of 8 charges. This is on an 8 second cooldown. Hammer of the Righteous is an instacast spell which hammers the current target and hitting another 2, and if glyphed, for it 3 targets, causing 4 times your main hand damage per second as holy damage. This is on a 6 second cooldown. Consecration is your true AoE spell which causes 2191 holy damage over 8 seconds to enemies within its area. This is on an 8 second cooldown. Avenger Shields is an instacast spell which hurls your shields at a target, causing 1381 to 1685 holy damage. In addition, it jumps to nearby enemies, dazing them for 10 seconds. If spec for it, it can act as a silence and an interrupt. If glyph for it, it will cause more damage but only hits one target. This is on a 30 second cooldown. Now for our 2 effective taunts. Hand of Reckoning is an instacast taunt which, if the target is not targeting you, causes 1573 holy damage, and it has a 30-yard range, which can be used for initial distance pulls combined with your Avenger Shield and your Exorcism, making your initial threat to be very high. This is on a 6 second cooldown. Righteous Defense has an 8 second cooldown, a range of 40 yards, and instead of needing to target the enemy, you can target the friendly party or a raid player who has aggro. This taunts up to 3 enemies off of them. Now for specs. And as tanking is very situational, you may find yourself needing different talents to accommodate your playstyle and the raid or party you are currently in. Several staples from the protection tree include Divine Strength, Anticipation, Toughness, Improved Righteous Fury, Devotion Aura, Blessing of Sanctuary, One-Handed Weapon Specialization, Sacred Duty, Holy Shield, Ardent Defender, at least 1 talent spent into Spiritual Attunement, then Read Out, Combat Expertise, Guarded by the Light, Touched by the Light, Avenger Shields, Shield of the Templar, and Hammer of the Righteous. In the Retribution tree, you should never find yourself without 5 out of 5 deflection, and for your rotation, 1 out of 2 in Improved Judgments. This is, of course, you plan on using the 96969 rotation. which I'll be going over later in this movie. Other places of interest, if there are no other or holy paladins in the raid, you may want to take Heart of the Crusader and the Retribution tree. And depending on how you feel you want to tank, Divinity, Guardian's Favor, Divine Sacrifice, Divine Guardian, Reckoning, Improved Hammer of Justice, Judgments of the Just, which all can be found in the Protection tree. And finally, from the Holy Tree, Shield of the Pure and Unyielding Faith are both possible choices. These talents you will have to go through and decide if you need them to fulfill your playstyle or the role you play in the raid. Sometimes you may feel it is necessary to work with other paladins, not just the tanks in your guild, to get the most out of each individual specs. As for glyphs, there are a wide variety of major glyphs to choose from. However, I feel the best that works for my situational tanking are Glyph of Shield of the Righteousness for mana control, Glyph of Hammer of the Righteous for AoE tanking, and the glyph No Protection Paladin should find him or herself without Glyph of Divine Plea for damage reduction, which is very important for us. As for minor glyphs, it's pretty one-sided to me. Glyph of Sense Undead because a lot of mobs in Wrathful Lich King are undead, Glyph of Land Hands, and Glyph of Blessing of Kings. Now, while being one of 3 plate-wearing tanks of the 4 different kinds of tanks, you will definitely be competing for gear. You should know what to look for in gear to benefit you the most. Firstly, defense until you are defense capped. Our defense cap is 540 defense or 690 defense rating. To see your defense rating, just mouse over your defense. Then it comes to survival. This is stamina, and increases our health at a ratio of 1 stamina for 10 health. Other stats to look out for in no particular order are armor, dodge, block, parry, and expertise. As tanks, we have a wide variety of gems available to us. However, I will repeat this. 4 gems. Stam, 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 stam. And for your meta, Austere Earthsiege Diamond. And that's stam. And extra armor for health efficiency. This gem requires 2 blue gems and 1 red gem to become active. The blue gems are obvious, the red one's situational. There are strength for red, also dodge and parry if you're looking to do pure red. For the half and half, there are purple gems like stamina of dodge, parry, or strength. And for orange, there are defense / strength, dodge, and parry. All can be looked into, which definitely will fit these. It all depends on what stat you feel you are lacking more in. Try to go for a decent balance. I enjoy using things with stam on it because I am completely over defense capped. Like, definitely over defense capped, as you can see in the video. And for enchants, for protection paladins are the head enchant, Arcanum of the Stolar Protector, comes from the Arching Crusade and Ice Crown. Shoulders would be greater or lesser, Inscription of Pinnacle. For your cloak, Mighty Armor or Titan Weave, maybe major agility if you're looking for that little dodge boost, though it's slight. For chest, greater defense if you're not defense cap, or super health. And if you're feeling slightly different, you can always choose powerful stats. For your bracers, major stamina. For your hands, Arm Stone I feel is the best enchant. But if you think you need some hit, then Precision. For your legs, Frost-Tide leg armor or Drummerguard leg armor. For your feet, Greater Fortitude or maybe Tusker Vitality if you're into the speed runs. For your shield defense, Titanium Plating or Titanium Shield Spike. And maybe the Burning Crusade enchant, Major Stamina, which I would be putting on my shield. For your rings, if you are an enchanter,